I don't know. Oh my god, that's small. Jeffree Star, make your print bigger. Oh, blood sugar. His blood sugar palette is incredible. That's one of the ones that the Purple Picket and Nancy and Slot had stole and auctioned off in their boxes for money. Like they auctioned off my service doll, my autism service doll that my friend had made handmade me homeless in the desert, another homeless traveler. Hey, Michael or Benito Salvador, I got the amazing doll you sent. My friend Michael goes by the artist name of Benito El Salvador. I met him when we were homeless in Slab City, California. He's an incredible artist. Okay. You need help. So you've taken every penny that I have and you're trying to take me to a shelter? You liar. You messaged me. You invited me here. Not in the room. They went to her. They asked her, "Do you have it?" She said no, and now she's admitted to selling him. So I am taking action against her and the police because they didn't do anything to help me get Benny back, and then she has now sold him. So I am taking action because it's important. I'm not letting it go. It's not about vengeance. It's about I want my doll back. And these evil ladies are passing him around to go, ha ha ha, look, the autistic girl's having a meltdown because we've taken her prized possession. And then they did the same thing with my dog after they took my doll. And when is it going to stop? So I'm standing up right now until it stops. Period. That's it. Yeah, they took my emotional support doll that was handmade by a friend, and then the next house I went to that said it was Mama Tot's husband's cousin, Dixie. She's the one who was trying to get me into sex trafficking and take me to these people's house. She beat me up and left me destitute, and Maggie was on her side, the lady who supposedly came to rescue me. They teamed up together, and then both of them tried to take my dog. So yeah.
This is when she was picked up from Dixie's. Does this look like she was being trafficked? Here's where she's saying Dixie was planning to blame it on me and my crew.
After they watched the Purple Picket get away with what she did, they thought they'd both try it out and get popular on the internet. And both of them also ended up in Slot's box. Every one of them. All of them. All of them. In the gang stalking group. Every single time. Yeah, Maggie was the one who picked me up, lured me to Ohio, admitted to luring me to Ohio, gave out all my passwords online and everything. And then she ended up being best friends with Dixie. No, she knew her the whole time. She admitted to it being a setup. She admitted online to luring me into Ohio, and then her and Dixie knew each other the whole time. They were like best friends. She was like, "Oh yeah, she hurt Dixie," when she's the one who came and rescued me, knowing I got beat up, knowing my dog got stolen, my tablet got stolen, and then she turned on me. It was so weird. So then I was lured to Ohio, homeless there, and she doxed my address to get me in trouble and had the police come try to take my dog. So it's escalating. So until I stop it and hold the law enforcement accountable and the people selling and receiving my stolen goods as an autistic woman, it's not going to stop. Like they're taking my personal things that I saved up during homelessness that meant the world to me, and then they're selling them to one another on the internet to make a mockery of me. This is insanely stupid. There's nothing right about any of it, and I'm holding them all accountable. They sold it to the same lady that bought my social security number. These people are fucking Fruit Loopy, acting like I'm making this all up when they did all that online in front of God and everybody. Hello? Is that normal? No. I had a police report too. Yeah, they sold it on live. Like they were all saying, I'll give you 500, I'll give you 600, I'll give you 700 for my fucking autism service doll that I took everywhere to make me feel safe that my homeless friend had made me in the desert. Well, and then he sent it to me. We met in the desert. I have lots of pictures of us together. He's amazing. And so it meant a lot, and it made me feel safe and protected. And they stole it and sold it. and I made a police report. They've done lots of awful things. But God's gonna make it all right. He's making it all right. I'm free from self-resentment and love who I am. They've done lots of mentally abusive stuff to me over the last year. This morning I posted a video where Slot had that lady that Mama taught was up in the box with lying about like knowing me and growing up with me. I hadn't seen her in over 30 years, and they were telling y'all a bunch of false information, and her and Slot loaded up in the car. I went to this house where I lived for about a year and it's a lot of them at this point. I don't even want to give them a shout out in this room or anything like that. It's a whole crew of them, but it started with this lady named Slot 7.0 who became obsessed with my life, and she has like gotten new crews, and her at this point is teaming up with people I haven't seen in almost 30 years and going on road trips to my ex-husbands and taking pictures of themselves and tagging me in it, trying to get attention. Like, they're sick as shit. Got the shit beat out of me and was touched very inappropriately and treated like crap.
And Tabitha Arnold, I'm her brother. And so there's been a lot of her saying that I'm not her brother. I think I've proven it to people, you know, time and time again. I can show you at the end. I'm going to try. I don't know a lot about editing TikTok videos, but I'm going to try to add in some proof just for anyone that wants to know. But I wanted to clear up some things that, you know, basically, so she's said a lot of times that I haven't reached out to her. Well, the thing is, before this all even started, she already had me blocked on TikTok, so I couldn't go to her account. Even if I wanted to reach out to her, she wouldn't respond to me. But if I did, the last time I tried to reach out to her was before she was going to court, and I tried to tell her to make better choices. She told me she didn't want to talk to me anymore. And the next time she talked to me was just when I was going through a divorce, so that she could say mean things about me. So only contact I've had with her was 2012 when I talked to her about court, 2015 when I talked to her when I was going through the divorce. So anyways, I just wanted to kind of go over the fact that, you know, first of all, I am her brother, and like, with all due respect, I wouldn't make that up. And second of all, like, so I want to make it very clear that there's allegations that she's saying that my parents were abusive to her. She said some very inappropriate things about my father. He's our stepfather. He raised us, that he did some inappropriate things to her, and those are untrue statements. What happened in those situations is, with my mom, she was going to court to testify for Tabitha's ex-husband because she wanted to make sure that the kids were safe. And so after that happened, Tabitha started telling everyone that they were sleeping together. With my father, she was asking for $500, and Mom took her to go shopping, got her the groceries that she needed, but she wanted the cash. So Mom said, well, if you need that, you're going to have to ask Kenny. He wouldn't give her the money, and then all of a sudden she comes out saying that he was doing inappropriate things. So, you know, when it comes to these kind of situations, the reason that she gets away with saying the things she does is because it's not cool, especially nowadays, to say, like, there's a fake allegation, but I mean, there's no backing from it. There's been no proof of what she's saying, and she's done it from person to person to person to person. So if you want to believe that, you can, and if not, that's on you. But the reason for me speaking out, I just want to make very clear, is that I don't want to see people getting hurt anymore. I know that, it's hard to believe what you see on the internet. That's honestly what I'm here for. It's destroyed my family, like, multiple times. We've had to rebuild ourselves back together multiple times, and it's destroyed other families. It's taken money out of people's homes that could have used the money but thought that she needed it. And if Tabitha wants to succeed on a legitimate platform, that's perfectly fine. I'm not against her, not trying to attack her. So anyways, I just wanted to kind of put these things out there, because she keeps repeating the same things and keeps going over this information. So I wanted to let you know from me that yes, I am her brother. The reason that I was on another account that she's talking about was because I don't have 1,000 followers. So I borrowed someone else's account to go into a live, because you have to have 1,000 followers to go into a live. I've never used TikTok other than to watch puppy videos before this. So if there's any other questions you have, I'll try to clear it up for you guys. But give me some patience because I'm new to TikTok. So anyways, have a nice day. Thank you for listening. Bye. Some different pictures. So here you go. This is at when Tabitha, I don't know our exact ages, but I would say this is probably when Tabitha was an adult or close to an adult. So this would be the biggest that I was around her in the house, because she had to have been at least 17 here. So this would have been, and this is another picture. I got some more. Let me see. That's me and that's her. How do I move?
You don't.
How do I move the comments?
Oh.
So can y'all see me through the comments? I'm over where the comments are, so the comments are eating me up right in there.
Yeah, no, they can clear the comments.
But so this is our size difference. So my mom's about 5'7". So Tabitha at this age, which this would have been around 8 and 12. So around 12, Tabitha was about 5'6", and I was around this height, which is nowhere close. In that pink romper back then, right? Where the man? I just had my pictures on there, and now I can't find them. Yeah, I'd like that romper too.
He's a fan of rompers.
Yeah, I'm a big romper person. You know what? I always made fun of the way my mom dressed growing up, but now that I look back on it, she was a baller, dude. Because we always said she dressed like a pimp, which she did, but now I can appreciate it, I guess. Thank you, Mary Ellen. Baby, I lost my pictures, dude. I'm not good at this TikTok thing, y'all, so I apologize, but I have more pictures.
But the big thing to take away from those photos is the size difference in the two and the stories.
Here you go. Here's one of us like standing in the same room, so you can see. All right. So, you know, I'm the type of person that I don't like to sit here and defend myself. So she was beautiful. Oh, where's the picture of all of us together? Show some different.
And they go and make this video saying she had this perfect childhood in this home and played in this pool, and that pervert did weird things in that pool, and I cried every day of my life, pulled my hair, didn't want to be on this planet, and I fought through, and I'm trying to heal, and then they come and make the story completely different, and y'all just throw them all your money, you know. And it's like, I don't even fucking know what happened to me this last year, but when I look at it, it's like, I don't get it. Like, there's got to be a reason. I had to have been targeted from the beginning for a specific purpose, and we still need to keep getting to the bottom of it. There was some kind of payout they were going to get if this TMH lady pulled off being me or something. And that's why they all promoted her and this and got my social security number and got all my things. There's more to it. And God's showing me little pieces, but I still have to figure out what it is. I figured He had told me about them, that they were trying to put me in a mental institution. I ended up finding the videos of Mom and Tots saying that was there. That's the thing, is God shows me the prophecy. He shows me the end result. But He allows me to go through different things so I can expose the evil and the bad that's going on and get it out. 5150 hold needed call. What does that mean? I've never spent one day in any kind of mental facility. I've never been held at a hospital for any kind of mental issues. I've never been diagnosed bipolar. I've been diagnosed with CPTSD and ASD only. And yet these women are just going around because their mama has bipolar. They're saying she's this, she's that, but I am a year away from a master's, and I can tell you she's wrong. And she's not. She didn't have a doctorate. She didn't have a master's in mental health counseling, and or even close. And she's just diagnosing me with whatever my ex-husband says. And why make fun of anybody with any kind of mental issue? That's what I don't get. Why would she have abused me if I was bipolar? Like, does that make it better? Does that make it better? Like, if I was bipolar, they still shouldn't have like mentally abused me or treated me like shit. So by them trying to take away my autism and replace it with something else, would that have given them a right to do what they did? No. So why would they even do that? But to go to lives and say she's this, so block her, that's really wild behavior. It really is.
I firmly believe that she is scared to death of not being around her family because she feels that they're going to have her committed somewhere because of what she said in an audio recording. And I firmly believe that. I believe that she is afraid that they will commit her somewhere. And she does. She does need mental help, the right kind of mental help. And that is not for autism. It's not for autism. It's not. And anybody that has lived with someone with mental health issues can see right through that. They can see right through that.
Do you think that there is?
I am dedicated to my healing journey. I am dedicated to my healing journey. I am grateful for my purpose and the testimony I am building. Someone says I have BPD, and that's what I do feel like. If I was to go and speak with someone now after being homeless in the desert, I do feel like at the time that I wasn't addressing my issues, I did feel like that was the path I was going down, that I was like splitting, I was like hiding from the trauma. But now that I've healed, I don't deal with any issues like that. Like I'm able to be completely open and honest about everything I've been through, even not only this past year, but like this morning, me being able to address that trauma from my childhood. That's huge for me. And that's me healing and being able to let it out. And that's why they were able to do so many evil things, because I was so unhealed and so afraid of my past, my trauma, that they were able to just sit there and hurl all these mean things, and I didn't even know how to defend myself. But as I healed and I looked at every bit of the truth, and I saw where they were lying so much, I was able to actually look at what really happened, pull it out, and start to heal. So now I can face each situation and look at it and tell y'all what happened. And they're going to be screwed, because every situation they try to gaslight you in is not the truth of what happened in my life. And I've got proof of it. But I never grew up with that psycho lady. You know, like y'all aren't gonna find any evidence of me ever growing up in the house with that woman ever in my whole life. And I met her for 5 minutes at a gas station, and yet she's up in Mama Tot's box acting like she's the expert on my life because of what? And I want to know. What did they have to gain from all that? There's got to be something, because I'm telling the truth. I am grateful for my purpose. Say them weird. Hi. I'm keeping your spot warm. Come hold me. Oh, Peter, oh, Peter. Peter wants a hug, Moyen. Hug my Peter. Yo. Are you in my chat? Or is that somebody else? Somebody's got your Instagram picture in my chat doing like this. That's not you. Is this you?
I can't tell. Did you do that? Are you in my chat?
Ooh.
Are you in my chat? Someone's posing as you right now. Unless you're over here.
ايش بو ماجد؟
Did you put a tongue in
ايش
my
بو
chat?
ماجد؟
What about Majid?
What? What? Who? Magic? Magic? Oh, it is you. Okay. What is a magic? Hey, Peter.
My love, I want to close the broadcast. Do you want anything?
I'm okay. Yeah.
أنا راح أغلق البث وأروح على الانستغرام.
I'll see you later then.
I close the broadcast and go to Telegram.
Oh, you want to talk to me? I can in a little bit. I gotta take Peter for a walk.
باي باي.
Bye-bye. This is my papa's Bible. He named me out of. And he wrote all these little letters and notes and taught me things I would understand. He wrote little notes everywhere so I would know exactly what it was saying. And he would explain it like in different languages for me. Yeah, he would translate it because I love different languages. And so he would translate it and write it down where I could understand it. And then he would, like if he knew I looked at something a different way with the way my brain worked, he would explain it better and write it down, and I still have them all. And he knew I was chosen the day I was born. And he knew what for, and he told me, and it saved my life. I love my Papa Jack. He was a missionary in Africa, and he wanted to bring all the worlds together. He wanted God to be for everyone. He didn't want it to be a competition of religions. You know, he just wanted to love everybody. Everybody. He would let the Jehovah's Witnesses in at his kitchen table, even though he was a Church of Christ preacher, and he would have dinner with them, and he would listen to them, and he would care. He gave a shit. He didn't condemn. So when y'all act like I'm not who I say I am because I won't, like, tell others they're going to hell for what they believe, or, like, it's wrong. It's wrong. We're all supposed to be helping each other find the God I've found, this eternal love, this beauty. Excuse me? If you don't agree with anything I'm saying, you're more than welcome to scroll out of the live. I'm only sharing my past and my journey. I'm not giving you anything other than that. So, has he made another? The only one I watched was, I saw the one where he had like put my picture, but I didn't watch it. And then I saw it.
I guess she does diamond art.
These people are so fucking obsessed with me. I just saw that creepy video that psycho lady's husband made about me, acting like he didn't make a whole fucking ass video about me looking like Marilyn and talking about my diamond art.
Thank you for this comment, and I'm happy to see you doing diamond art. It was actually the funniest and most humbling thing I've ever seen. I would like to maybe start over. I'm Tabitha, and I would love to get the chance to know you a little better. This is a peacock I'm working on. It's kind of hard. It's taken a long time because I'm having to individually glue a lot of it. And I think some rumors might have been involved in us having a little bit of a harder time, but I really want you to know I'm doing my best. I've listened to the suggestions you've given, and I'm just having a hard time. I had masked my whole life. I am willing to tell my whole story, and I've got myself in a lot of messes trying to get out of homelessness, but I speak my truth, and maybe too much sometimes, and it might be a little derailed sometimes because of the trauma I've gone through, but I appreciate who you are and that you had this humbling moment of doing diamond art, and I love you. I like
and having Mama Tot copy off my diamond art and just acts like I'm just completely slandering them, like they never did any of that. I never said anything about the hots. Like, they added that in. That must be his true feelings. Because I just said, since your husband made that video talking about how I look like Marilyn, and you were copying off my diamond art, and he said something about having the hots about me, not me. That's creepy as shit, that little old man. I didn't even know he could see me. Isn't he like 4'8" or something? I'm like 5'11". I don't even know how he knows what I look like. But whatever. He made 2 videos about me today to prove he's not obsessed with me. Congratulations. These people are so fucking weirdly obsessed. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Like, make whole ass videos about me and then sit there and make a video like they never did. Like, it's literally all over TikTok. And that's all I said, was that he said I look like Marilyn. He talked about having the hots for me in his video today. I didn't say that. He made it up in his mind because I guess he does. But that's fucking creepy. I wish he'd quit making videos about me at all. He never should have made one about me at all. And then the fact that he knows my ex-husband and then got Mama Tot to start acting like they were on his side when I showed her the protective order against him. I think this needs to be legally looked into. Yes. So, yes, let's get into it, bitches. Fucking two-faced weirdos. I'm going to sleep. They ruined my birthday. They spent my whole birthday making TikToks about me, like, to get attention off my birthday, and talking about me, saying he had the hots for me. I never said that. So if he's got the hots for me, that's his problem. He said I look like Marilyn, and Mama Tot copied my diamond art. So if he's mentioning having the hots for me, where's that coming from? Because did I say that in my video? No. Not even a little bit. I don't even think he's tall enough to see my whole body. I'm going to sleep. Good night, y'all. But I ain't slandering that bitch. I'm telling the truth about what she did to me. And he don't want her going to jail for the shit she pulled. So he's calling it slander. But her lying about me is slander. Me telling the truth about what she did to me is not slander. That's what happened. So, good night. I said I watched the beginning of it where he was like grabbing his little old lady and being like, this is the only woman for me. I don't have the hots for this other lady. And I never said he did. So I was like, he said I looked like Marilyn when she was copying my diamond art before she tried to pay someone off to put me in a mental. And it's at the peak right now because Slot got arrested and the rest of the people don't want to go down for their involvement. I don't really want anyone to go down. I just want the truth out there, and I want the people that have harmed me to do things that will cause me less harm, and they wouldn't do that. So I'm going to go about it another way now. I asked
asked them nicely. God asked me to extend grace, and I did, and they chose to keep lying and keep trying to make me look crazy instead of telling the truth. So now we're going to play this all threaten me. Did y'all see where they are actually disclosing a location or something? Because they said they were like actually making threats or saying they knew where I was. I didn't see that part, so I don't want to peddle that. But it's not my empty threats. It's like God will expose them for what they've done. It's not it's not a threat, honey. Just like what happened to Slot when she's like, I got all the receipts. Here, and then now she's going to jail for a long time for stealing over $1 million, like I said. So, we'll see how it all plays out in the end, and they wouldn't be making all these weird, creepy videos going crazy if, that's why him and my ex-husband are such good friends, because they're just like each other. They're just like good old boys that own their little lady, and they're going to do what they say. And that's why he got her to change her whole story. She was helping me through abuse, and then he suddenly knew my ex-husband was rich, and everything changed up.
There had to have been several things happening that was possibly like a domino effect that didn't happen all at one time, okay? But she says that she couldn't have her children living in the car. Let me tell you something, because y'all know Papa Ty's a truck driver, right? He already said, okay, thank you. He already said that, because the family owned, her married family owned a truck stop up there in North Alabama. They are very respected in the community, okay? These are very respectable people in the town, because a lot of people know them because of this, very large truck stop or whatnot. I believed that Tabitha would actually do this. I believe that she would actually go and stay in a homeless shelter just to make it look like she was struggling to get somebody to give her some money. Okay? That's firmly what I believe. I believe that she would do something like that. And then I heard her say one day, I couldn't take my kids in the car with me when I became homeless. There's no way that the father or anyone would have ever allowed that, y'all. Just letting y'all know that that's not how it went down. It couldn't have went down like that. It doesn't work like that. You don't go from grad school to homelessness and living in your car, okay? We have to be able to see like these lines between these stories, because I ain't gonna lie to you, I've heard several of them now. They seem to change quite often and very frequently, a lot here lately. And they change because new people find her daily on these lives, because she's live 24/7. New people find her daily, so she continues to have to retell a story, all right, to grab the attention, to make them stop into that live and listen, and then the crying starts to happen, and then people feel really terrible because they think that she's on the verge of being out on the street. And let me tell you, since I can assure you from September of 2023 to April 2nd, 2024, there has not been one time that she has ever slept outside. She has had a roof over her head the entire time. The entire time. And how so? Because of the people who find her on this app, and their heart is just pulled in the direction to immediately try to jump in and send her $100, send her $250, send her a night at the hotel. Honey, she will get that hotel paid. She will get that Airbnb paid. She will get all of it paid, and then turn around and tell you that she has nothing. Just 3 or 4 days ago, she was screaming about she needed contacts. Her eyes was hurting so bad. Says she has an appointment on Thursday. She couldn't afford it. 2 people sent her the cash for it, right? Have y'all heard her say anything about her eyeballs hurting since she got the cash? No, because you won't. When she gets the cash, you won't hear about it again until it's time to get more. Until it's time to get more. She's had, what is it? What's that? Come on, what does she claim she's got? Come on. What is the rash?
The sores,
Shingles. No, she has claimed shingles 4 times since September. Nobody ever seen them. She just claimed them 4 times since September. That's impossible to get. You can't get it 4 times like that. in 4 months. Like, I don't know. I just wanted y'all to know, like, why I got fooled and why I still today I love and I care and I want her to be happy and healthy and I want to see her out doing good and being the change in the world. And man, if there's somebody that I want to see have a comeback, it's her more than anybody. And I believe that hopefully that day will come, but it won't come because you gave her cash. It will only come when she hits rock bottom. And that just won't happen because of good people on this app. There will always be new people that find her daily and step in. And until you become her victim and she throws you away. She it's almost like a predator that preys on the vulnerable. You know, moms who have lost children, people who've lost moms, the elderly. Again, what about Miss Robbie? What about Miss Robbie? Think about all the things that Miss Sarah did for her. Moved her from Philly all the way to Virginia and to the apartment and got her on an airplane and everything else, only for her to turn around and do it. All those things to them. And has not, this happened in September. She is still lying on Miss Sarah as of yesterday. You know?
And for a further scope, the things that she says about us, she's been lying about for decades. So, I mean, it's not gonna stop. Like, that, once you're in her web, as long as it can be useful to her, it won't stop. If Miss Sarah stops being useful for her to bash, maybe she'll stop bashing her. But
oh, what it feels like to see her cry. Please understand that. It is terrible to see her cry. It rips me to shreds to see her cry because all those thoughts go in my mind again. She's alone. She doesn't have her children. Nobody wants anything to do with her because she has hurt so many people, the family, the friends, to everybody. I start thinking those thoughts again and I have to shut the phone off. I have to shut the phone off because something is going to try to tell me, just try one more time. And you can't because it's not going to work. It's just not going to work, y'all. It's so triggering. Like Lissa can tell you, this damn near took me out for a month straight. The entire time that she was at Archioka's, I couldn't concentrate on anything else but worrying myself sick over what she was in because we were thinking that this man, because we had not heard nice things about him at the time. Again, I don't really know it, but we had not heard nice things about him at the time. And we thought, Lord have mercy, what if he puts his hands on her? What if she's in danger? Like, there were so many of us that actually thought she was in danger.
Please watch the entire video. This video shows that Hipeeharlee did assault Dixie, a lady from TikTok who gave her a place to live. Dixie and her husband were only trying to get Hipeeharlee to put her dog in a kennel because it had ruined the carpeting in their house. They had to pay thousands of dollars to get it fixed. So they just wanted her to put the dog in the kennel, but she says she was beaten up. She turned the camera off so you couldn't see anything, you could just hear it. But luckily someone was running a camera somewhere else, so we actually can see what she's doing and we can hear what's going on, but we're able to see what's going on when we couldn't hear when she turned the camera off. So please pay attention. You will see Dixie's injuries at the end, and she has a warrant in Georgia for it. So, yeah.
I can't read that because you are allowing somebody to come and pick her up now.
Bye, Howard. Hey, we're figuring it out. Hey,
Julia, will y'all please mute? Julia, please mute.
Okay, that's for clout. I did not do this for clout. I did not. You've never paid 1 cent here.
I told him that. I told him you never taken a penny from
and
me.
I do not abuse
I told
my
him that
children.
I didn't say you abused them. I said
you
I
pulled
hit
my
you.
heart and you hollered at
Oh
me
my
on the
God!
couch.
I swear on you.
Tabitha, sit right in front of the camera so that people
Go
can see
ahead.
you.
Go right ahead. Here, but anyway, this is all true. I'm glad you got a face it up.
All right, you need to go on away, or I'm gonna have the police come back.
Miss Aubrey. You
weren't allowed to yell at me, and you're not taking your abuse anymore.
This dog.
Hey, she's grabbing my dog! She's grabbing my dog! I'm calling the police. I'm calling the police.
Put him here. Put him here. I'm not talking about. Put him here.
I'm calling him. I'm calling him.
Put him here. Put him here. Yes. Put him here. I'm not talking about. Put him here. Put him here. Dog put him here and kennel. The dog destroyed my house.
Okay, I'm calling about an online emergency. It's 107 in Georgia. I'm online with them now. There's some abuse going on.
Not touching anything. Dog destroyed the house.
107 Cottonwood Road.
Wake up, America, before it's too late. They're trying.
We kept the receipts. We kept the receipts. We kept the receipts. Real don't get no about what you heard, what they heard.
I didn't want to cause anyone harm, but I did pick her up and move her off of me. Like, I was like, this is like, it was like a troll doll standing there like all angry and waving, and I just, excuse me? Excuse me?
Yes, can you tell me if you have an active warrant for Tabitha Hunley? Hold on, take it. Baldwin County Sheriff's Office. Yeah, can you tell me if you have an active warrant for Tabitha Hunley? What's the last name? Hunley, Hundley. Yes, Dave. Okay, what is the bond about? Hold on 1 sec. Okay. Dolly. Is battery misdemeanor, and she'll have to go in front of a judge before she gets the bond amount. Okay, thank you.
But when she left and the truth came out, that man was in danger. That man was in danger.
And Miss Ophelia, I told everyone that, and I didn't do it publicly because I would have been just bombarded, but there was so many messages of, I'm so worried about your sister, and I said, listen, she is the predator, not the prey, and she will not become that. If she is in a vulnerable situation, something really went wrong, because, like, something that me and Tabitha have in common is we were both very calculated. That's something that I don't like when people pick on her for not being able to cry. I guess that's because she pretends to cry all the time, because I don't cry. Like, I cried, the last time I cried was when, baby, like 5 years ago, maybe. And I wish I could. We're very calculated in our decisions, and she will not be in those situations that she cannot handle. She's always going to make it seem like she is, but she's not going. A moment where she was in danger, she won't do it.
I believe that.
It doesn't
I believe
mean
that
that
now.
those people ain't dangerous, but she's the lion and she runs the jungle.
I believe every bit of that. I believe every bit of that.
Mama talking about your experience about hearing her at Miss Sawyer's the first time and her being panicked and saying, they're abusing me, they're being nasty to me. I just want to say, like, I haven't been in this since September. I've been in this for 3 years, watching her do this on this app, right? Since she got her platform here. And day one of when I helped her, she was in a car, just see if this sounds familiar, in a car, crying, saying that she had no food, the people were abusing her, they wouldn't let her out of her room, she couldn't even go to the grocery store, Peter was sick and she couldn't get medicine for him, and she had absolutely no way out, and it was going to be the end of her if we couldn't get her in that situation. I've heard her tell that exact same story and lie on every single person's home. Every single person that's opened their home to her that I have.
Thing.
Do you think there's anything that anybody could have said to you in the beginning, knowing that you have those wounds? Because I have those same kind of wounds about my mom. So do you think that there's anything that somebody could have said to you to reach you ahead of time, or did you have to touch the fire?
No, I have to see and hear things for myself. I've made videos about it. I've made plenty of videos about it. I had to see and hear things for myself. All right. And like I said, there were people warning me that knew that I put back like a set amount of money back monthly that I used to help people, my followers, somebody I come across or whatnot. And they were so afraid that I was just going to give her every dime I had out of that monthly donation pile that I make. And I still wasn't believing them. They were like, Mama Tot, she's a scammer. She's not being truthful. And I just ignored and blocked. I was like, oh my God, these people are bullying her. Why did I think these people were bullying her? Because that is what she was telling people. And when you see people come into the comment section of her chat that are saying not so nice things, it looks like she's being bullied. And that only fuels her narrative to people to say, I'm being bullied, I'm being gang stalked, I'm being this, I'm being that. It works to her benefit. So please, don't bully her. Don't say anything mean to her. Please. Nobody deserves to be bullied for any damn thing. I don't care what you say. Don't bully her. Do not bully her at all. Like, I mean, come on, you know? But no, Jamie, there is nothing that anybody could have said, because my heart, mind, and soul was right there and willing 100% to help her with anything. And for me to even tell her that day, girl, I'll get you an attorney if that's your apartment. And because she had people thinking that they scammed her out of all her money, got her to sign her name on an apartment. Now they're throwing her out. That's not what happened. That's not what happened at all, actually. What happened was they moved in, and she stayed in the room on live 24/7. She'd come in, get something to eat, make a mess, walk back in there. She didn't help with anything. And either Miss Sarah or the husband asked her to help clean up the kitchen, and she said she couldn't. She was on live. And that is what started the roommate argument. But that's what it was, a roommate argument. But to hear the story that she told, it was, I'm being abused. Ask yourself this. We are now, what, April 2nd, April 3rd? Sorry if I got it wrong, y'all. Since September, she's been in 8 homes, okay? In 8 homes, she has accused of abusing her. You mean to tell me that 8 people, all 8 people have abused her and she's done nothing? It doesn't, we have to be smarter on stuff. But the problem is that nobody can ask questions because you'll be blocked. Because they, you know, she can't have the truth to come out, you know, because then that spoils this game that she's got going on. And this game is to get on here all day, all night long, sit on live. It doesn't matter if she's not even talking to anybody because gifts are coming. And she's on audio recording telling, well, I was on live for 5 hours and I didn't even crack a frown. But the second I did, and I didn't even get any gifts, but the second I did, the gifts just kept coming. She literally says that. She knows when she cries, it comes right here. It comes right here. And when it comes right here, the way that people want to help is to pull out of their pockets. And the people that are helping are enabling her. I became an enabler. I did. And I don't want you to become that. Like, her sister is on this app. God dog, it looks just like her. Joe is a male version of her. But yet she tells you she doesn't know this man. She don't know
I'm her
Keithers.
half brother now. I moved up to half brother. To clarify for anybody that don't know, I'm 100%, but she's saying half now.
And then you got Aunt Laura right here, which upset me to hell and back yesterday. She said that she don't know this crazy woman. Actually, she said that Miss Amy found some random strangers on the internet and made them act like her family to profit off of her.
Tia didn't just watch. It was Tia because Tia's our sister, but we didn't grow up together. Tia's our half sister from our dad's side. So when Tia wanted to get close to her and Tabitha needed a place to stay, she did the exact same thing to her that she's done to everyone else. So and Tia was the worst because Tia will do anything for anyone. She has raised like I don't even know how many kids. Like 11 or 12 kids, and some of them are adopted. She has like probably 500 animals because she can't see something hurt and not help it, because Tia has had the roughest life in the world, and she will do anything for someone else not to suffer, and what she went through with Tabitha was just horrible. So not only did Tia watch it, but she was also a big victim of it, and that one really hurt me. That one really broke me.
I can imagine. You know, this entire time, for whatever reason, Tia is the one that she will not admit that is her sister. It has always been, I met her for 15 minutes at the gas station 20 years ago. That woman's crazy. I don't know who she is. And she looks just like her.
She destroyed everything Tia had. And Tia worked from the ground to build her life. She has been taking care of herself since she was a child. Tia actually had the life that Tabitha claims to have. I don't want to give details, so please don't like insinuate from that. But Tia is the strongest person that anyone will ever meet in their entire life, and she won't admit it because she knows. I mean, that she has to know what she did was wrong, because Tia broke everything she had to keep Tabitha happy, and it was never enough.
Yeah, I know that Tia, you know, she lived with Tia for some time. I don't know like the time frame of it. I know that she lived with Tia. The crazy thing about this all is that it's being told, I'm alone, I don't have any family support, I have nobody, this and that. And for anybody that's just never seen Joe before, or Keekers, or Aunt Laura, just understand that this is her family and they do love her. They wash their hands. There's nothing else they can do. She won't get help. She won't do better. She won't do. You know, the other day she told everybody in the midst of crying, she says, I can't get a job. I don't have a driver's license because I don't have an address. So she's claiming that she can't go get her ID because she doesn't have an address. She was just on live 2 hours ago unveiling some custom diamond art that she ordered to the Airbnb, okay? So she'll order the diamond art, all right, but not go get her ID. So y'all, people have to see between the lines of that. Do you see what I'm saying? This is not somebody that is struggling. Have y'all ever not seen her not order DoorDash, not eat, not anything? No. Every single day, she is eating good. All she does is lay in that bed by herself, her and Peter, okay? but she wants this, but she doesn't want to work for this. She wants to live off of the private donations, the secret cash apps that people send her, the live gifts. Like, why be on live and not talk? Or why be on live and be sleeping? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because there's a bigger chance to get gifts, okay? If she didn't get gifts on live, honey, y'all would not see her. Y'all wouldn't see her. Like, you wouldn't see her. So she's turned this into her income. And, you know, people are getting manipulated. I'm sorry. People are getting manipulated. She told us DoorDash doesn't even come here. In 30 minutes, had DoorDash delivered and was eating Mexican food and lied and said a friend sent it. What? Did anybody see this? Because I seen it. You're being lied to. You're being lied to.
Also, I just want to touch on, so I am an adult with autism. I was late diagnosed. I was diagnosed when I was 36. And anybody that's claiming autism awareness or saying that they are an autism advocate while laying in a bed saying that they can't do anything because they're autistic, just be suspect. I understand that when people think of autistic people, they usually think of autistic children and kind of they don't really think about grown-up autistic people. I support my family of 7 people the best I can in tight circumstances, and autistic people aren't going to claim that they're bringing awareness to autism while laying in bed saying that they don't know how to walk down the street without getting hit by a car, or they don't know how to mail a letter. And I think that sometimes people don't really know what autism is, and it gets really easy to be tricked by people, and it's like an easy disability for people to pretend.
But
I didn't know, and I believed her, and then I found you, and you gave me everything I needed to know regarding autism, real autism. But what she is doing is playing a part of what she feels an autistic person would do. You can't go outside, you can't walk your dog, you can't go into social gatherings. Yes, yet there's videos all over the app of her at pride events and singing for crowds and everything. Like, can't do paperwork, can't fill this out. Honey, she can tell you anything you need to know about battling, all right? She can tell you anything you need to know about this app, okay? Anything about DoorDash, about ordering from Amazon, Shein, and Walmart and everything else. But, like, that's not, autism doesn't even look like that. It doesn't look like that at all.
Autism with anything else. Someone with a broken leg, someone, or not broken, but a missing leg, someone who's got Down syndrome, whatever it is. If they really care about bringing awareness, they're not going to make you look at it and think they're weak. They're going to make you look at it and say, this is what I can do with this. And this is how I took it and made it a strength of mine. There's people with no legs that can do 150 push-ups. So it's like, this is what awareness looks like for those kind of things. It's not, oh, feel sorry for me. I want you to be aware of how horrible this is. No, I want you to be aware that I'm a survivor and that I can do whatever is thrown at me with strength. That's awareness. Maybe, hey, I need you to understand some things that I'm going to do differently because of this. Like, I have no legs, so I can't drive, but be aware of that. But I'm going to figure out a way to do as much as I can. That's awareness.
Yep. And, you know, people, there's somebody in the chat saying, you're not a doctor. Honey, you don't need to be a doctor to see this, all right? You know, she has told the story about being abused by her mother for her stems. But yet her mother would tell you she didn't have no stems. Like, that didn't occur. And you don't just... And here's the thing. Let's just say somebody gets diagnosed at 35 with autism. You don't forget how to drive a car, honey. She drove her car all the way from Philly to California to go live in Slab City. You don't forget how to be a parent. You don't forget how to work a computer. You don't forget how to do those things that you always did, okay? It's going to make better sense to you about how you do things and navigate through life. You're going to be like, oh, well, that's why I do that. But it doesn't wipe your memory away of everything that you've already did in your life, okay? So I think people can just quit with the you're not a doc. Come on now. Come on.
I'm an autistic woman. So for anybody else to tell me what autism is, like, I mean, I don't know. I am not, and even I'm no disrespect for the autism moms out there. Even if you have a child, a niece, a nephew with autism, you don't know autism like I know autism. And yes, it is a spectrum and there's a wide variety of it because it's all a wide variety of symptoms. But again, I was late diagnosed. Tabitha says she was late diagnosed, depending on the day. You don't forget how to do everything. It just helps you understand maybe you're a little eccentric. I can't even say the word today. Why I'm so damn weird. It explains why I'm so weird sometimes and why I'm relating to people sometimes growing up. But the truth is that my autism doesn't, it makes everything in my life harder. I'm not going to lie. My autism does make everything a bit tricky, not because I'm like so disabled, but because my brain is working in a world that wasn't built for the way that my brain works. It's kind of like being an alien on a planet sometimes. But I work hard every day, and everybody I know in the autism community, when you're looking for autism acceptance, you're looking to be treated the same, not better, not worse.
So
Same as everybody else.
So for anyone that's upset about, so first of all, no one is trying to diagnose, and let me just give you my opinion on the topic, and I think y'all can let me know if you agree or disagree, but I don't think anyone's trying to say whether she does or doesn't have it. They're saying they don't believe that, and that's okay. But whether she does or does not have it, it does not excuse her behavior, and that's the whole point. If it turns out that she's diagnosed with autism, none of us are going to sit here and say, okay, all of this manipulation and lies were okay now. Okay? It would be a little surprising to some people if she is diagnosed with it, but if she is, that's okay, and no one's trying to say she absolutely doesn't have it because we are not doctors. It is our beliefs that she don't have it. Is that okay? I want to
say a lot more, but I'm not going to because that's just who I am. But look, can I say this? None of these people have spoken to Tabitha on the phone. I have. Y'all have. Everybody has. She don't even sound like that on the phone. Okay.
Well, she don't even lie half the time.
There's no accent. There's no crying. There's no baby talking. There's none of that. None of that. None of that is there because it's not her. Okay? It is only done in front of the camera on live for you to get you to believe her and feel sorry for her and send her cash. If gifts were not available on live, she would not be here. Okay? End of story. End of story. So I have spoken to her on the phone. Miss Amy has spoken, and I heard Miss Amy say this a couple of months ago. It's like when you get her on the phone, it's completely different. I got her on the phone. And boy, was she right. And it was also F this, F that. He can smuck a D, like it, please, like this. Okay, so my mom, because of her mental illness, she latched on to Christianity, okay? And she used that as a weapon for a lot of things. A lot of things, including the mental abuse of me, which is why I've got a lot of religious trauma. I had to go and find my own relationship with the Lord. Anyway, you don't come on here and say, let me pray for you. Hey, God, it's Tab, as if he don't know who she is, okay? But then, and like 2 hours later, you're on live with a man, and you are telling the man that you want him to do this to you and do that to, what? Like, how did none of y'all caught none of this? Nobody caught none of this. I caught it. All right. But my mother would do the same exact thing. In front of people, it would be, let me pray for you. Come here, sit down. Let me pray for you. Look, y'all ain't got Papa Top wanting to talk in here. I was talking about my mama. And then the second somebody left my house, I would be smacked in the face, screamed at, cussed at, everything else. But God forbid, somebody really discover who my mama was, and all hell broke loose. She could not let anybody see the real her, all right? The real her. And if they did, it would be hell to pay. If I tried to tell somebody about the real her, I was abused for that, all right? So by her portraying herself as someone else right in front of us. And yet I had her on the phone and she was completely different and was on the phone admitting I was live for 5 hours and I didn't cry and I wasn't getting any gifts. And then when I did, the gifts kept flowing. I guess nobody listened to the audio. Like,
to her people that I am diagnosed and that's it, nobody needs to mention it again, then I drop everything. She can even act like she just found out. If she just wants to say, I just need to let everyone know that she does have an actual diagnosis, or that this is what I've been informed of, and that she needs to not be bullied for her disability, or whatever she wants to word it as. She can even act like it's new info. I don't care. But I want it.
That's where she's trying to get me to lie. I can even act like it's new info that just came in.
you know, we have to just come to terms with this. And to come to terms with this is, if we want to help somebody, we need to move on to the next person, because this person right here's got to help themselves. They got to. I mean, they got to. There's no other way, because she has turned down every ounce of resource, opportunity. Y'all have no idea what I was offering her to help her not be homeless. Or you get or feel sorry or want to rescue, I want you to ask yourself this: what exactly has that person done in 4 years to better anything? And the answer is nothing. Nothing. They haven't saved for a car, a camper, a 1-bedroom rental, like I sent her for $495.
She do not want a camper. She doesn't.
She doesn't want it. It's just a ploy to get the money from you so that she can live very comfortably, which she has, I can confirm, since September. She's never been on the streets. She's had a roof over her head. She has ate very well. She has gotten brand new clothes and makeup and her hair done and everything in the book. All right? That's actually not what homeless looks like at all. It doesn't look like that. It doesn't. Uses the word gang stalking. You know, she lied the other day and said that cops had been there 60 times. They have not. Actually, since Kansas, the cops supposedly have been there 3 times. One at Ashley's, which is in Artichokes in Kansas, one at the hotel, and one at the camper. That's 3 times since Kansas. Not 60, not 15 times. She made a video today, said it was 15. Nope, 3. Because when I tell you I haven't skipped a live, I listen while I'm cleaning my house sometimes, all right? Just to know that she's okay, alive, and well. So if you're being gang stalked by people on the internet, as you say, as in hundreds, and it's enough to make you cry in front of the camera and everything else, all you have to do is shut the phone off.
I thought you were about to say something. Me
Go back to
too.
the app. Don't do any of that. Because it's internet people, right? So then don't get on the internet. But that will never happen, because this is her livelihood, is those people. So that's why she's not going to get off. Because how would she eat, live, breathe, sleep, take care of Peter? You get it now? Okay.
I want to say that she very much looks vulnerable. She's very good. People like to say she's a shitty actress. She's not. She might be one of the finer actors out there, honestly. She makes herself look so vulnerable, so pathetic, so in need of care, that it goes out to people's hearts. And if you're a people pleaser like me, if you're a soft touch, you see that. And even if you kind of get a couple of red flags at the beginning where you kind of see that stuff doesn't always add up, you honestly, your heart goes out for her, and you think, like, okay, so maybe she's like not a perfectly healed person or has flaws, but maybe she just needs a friend. That's what I thought. Maybe she just needs somebody that will be there no matter what for her. And maybe if she had that person, it would change her mind. But the truth is that it doesn't. All people are disposable to her here. And you could be her best friend one day, And I swear to God, the second that you do one thing that she doesn't like, you are completely deleted. She deleted me from her life over $12 that I couldn't send her. She said she needed medicine for something. I can't remember if it was for her or for Peter at the time. I think it was for her shingles at the time. This was 3 years ago. And she blocked and deleted me over that $12. And she wrote me a book about how she was going to unalive herself. And I had just come out of a mental health facility for an attempt to unalive myself maybe a few months before that. She knew it was an open wound, and she had no problem sticking her finger in that spot that was so vulnerable and wiggling it around to use it to try and get money out of me. As little money as $12, if you can imagine. And it broke my heart. It hurt me. It hurt me so bad, honestly, because I was in that mentally vulnerable spot. And that's why I wanted to do this live with Joe, was to help people understand it's our own vulnerabilities that's allowing us to be preyed upon by people, by not looking at our reasons why we feel compelled to give to strangers on the internet, or why we have so much empathy for someone else, when in all honesty, there's so many people in our own families and so many friends out there that could use our support, but are afraid to ask or ashamed to ask, and we don't even think about giving to them. But we so easily open our wallets for people on the internet. And the only way to protect yourself is to just be very mindful of your own wounds, your own triggers, your own unhealed parts of yourself, because those are the parts that people like her, Tabitha, are going to exploit. They will love bomb you. They will make you feel like you're the best friend in the world. They will talk with you about all your deepest, darkest secrets, and you think, oh my God, I've got a closeness, like this person really cares about me. But what they're really doing is they're taking notes about all of those things about yourself so that they can use it against you later and use it to hurt you if necessary.
And I've even took up for her through everything that's happened, but I've been seeing several of the videos y'all been sending me where she was working with the biological family.
I don't know, I got him blocked. I'll try to go on another account and look at it, but I didn't see him say anything about my location. But everybody keeps saying he's gonna come find me or something like that. I didn't hear him say that. Did anyone hear that happen? Because if not, I'm not gonna look at it, but I think it was just trolls. They got my other video taken down that was showing Slot stalking me in my past.
Yes, sir, gang sign. Look familiar, Tabitha? Leader of the gang stalking crew.
But I told everything that had happened, and then I was only there for a year, and they gaslit all of y'all and tried to make y'all look like that was my whole childhood and shit. And they got the video taken down, because anytime that I make a video telling the truth, they don't want that. They don't want that at all. They want to sit up in their box and make everything look like it was my fault and nobody take accountability, and have people I haven't seen in 30 years change my fucking narrative while they sit there and rack up coins and go on vacations. But they sure as fuck don't want to tell the truth about anything they've done. And I haven't taken a payout in 9 months. And the last one I gave out was to help the homeless. I gave it to DMF to help the homeless, almost $400 on my last payout. So, I mean, it was 9 months ago. And they've made tons of money off of me.
Man, y'all ain't gonna believe this. I've been getting some notifications. There's some lady on TikTok, I don't remember her name, saying that I got the hots for her.
I didn't say he had the hots for me.
She might do some diamond art, I'm not sure, but
He said, I think she might do some diamond art, I'm not sure. When he made a video about my diamond art and about me looking like Marilyn, he literally says, she looks like Marilyn. And that's what I said. I said, Mama Tot was bitching about how much time I spend in bed. I said, you sure spend a lot of time worrying about how much time I spend in bed, since he was saying I look like Marilyn when you was copying off my diamond art. Then he goes talking about having the hots for me.
So let me show you.
Seems like he might have an issue.
This woman.
Then he posts my pictures. Now they're saying they don't know. Now they're saying they don't know my ex-husband. But in another video Mama Tot made, she says Papa Tot knows her ex-husband and knows he's got a lot of money and knows he is influential. And I've got the fucking video. So that
There had to have been several things happening that was possibly like a domino effect that didn't happen all at one time, okay? But I just, she says that she couldn't have her children living in the car. Let me tell you something, because y'all know Papa Tot's a truck driver, right? He already said, okay, thank you. He already said that, you know, because the family owned, you know, her married family owned a truck stop up there in North Alabama. They are very respected in the community, okay? These are very respectable people in the town, because a lot of people know them because of this, you know, very large truck stop or whatnot.
can shut her mouth lying.
Said we paid them off.
No, I didn't say you paid them. It's on my TikTok. I didn't say you paid my ex-husband. I said my ex-husband got you to change your opinion to Mama Tot. It's on my TikTok. You can go look. I think it's my top pinned video. It's in her friends' videos. It's called Snarkers Are Us, and they posted all the videos where and they made it private because I was exposing their lies. But it's on my top 10 videos. If you'll watch that video all the way through, that's the video it came from. I mean, it's on there. I'm not going to sit here and argue. I'm just telling y'all the truth and the proof. Y'all can look at it or believe me or not believe me. I don't have anything to prove.
Anyway, now that we got that off of our chest, let me show you some of the buildings here in New York.
Yeah, he didn't say anything about my hotel. Y'all said he was saying something about my hotel. Y'all are fucking messy, drama-filled. He's just lying about what he's done. He ain't really. Hang on. Okay. Or anybody that's friends with that lady, whatever. She has all the videos on her page, honey. But yeah, it's...
This is by far the...
What do you mean I made from BK? I never made anything off of him. I'm not... Y'all, that's like... Y'all want drama so bad, you choke on it. Like, they must really be getting desperate for views to make that video, because I don't even know what he's talking about. If he has the hots for me, I didn't know it. So if he's talking about having the hots for me, it seems like they might need to see a marriage counselor or talk about what's happening in their marriage, because I don't know nothing about anybody having the hots for me that's married to Mama Tot. So if he's saying that, they probably need to sit down and have a talk about their love for one another, because I'm not interested in his 4'6" ass, I promise. And my... Okay. And that's why they did it. That's why Papa Tot made that shitty little video just popping off at the mouth, so they could get more people in here to try to hush me up. And they got me nannered 5 times yesterday on my birthday. Like, congratulations, I guess. I don't know. I won every appeal. But they do this to try to... I don't know. I don't really get it. It's fucking weird. To like obsess, stalk, bully, and talk about me for over a year to prove they're not obsessing over me? You might want a new tactic. Just a guess. I got up and made my bed on the TikTok about 45 minutes to an hour ago, honey. I made my whole bed with everybody. We made all the sheets. We put the pillows where they go. We put the comforter where it went, and we made the bed on the live in front of God and everybody. So for you to come in and say, too lazy to make the bed, what? What? Peter says hi. Peter, you want to say hi to Miss Sheila for real? Show her your bone. He says, don't you come for my bone. That's my bone. It was so awkward too. I mean, he was like, stand up and show me your body.
Man, y'all ain't gonna believe this. I've been getting some notifications. There's some lady on TikTok, I don't remember her name, saying that I got the hots for her, but I think she might do some diamond art. I'm not sure, but I'm shopping with my beautiful wife. So let me show you. Here she is. This woman is claiming that I'm friends with her ex-husband. I don't know his name or what he looks like.
Because we don't even know them.
Said we paid him off and did something. He owns a truck stop. I don't know. But you could go find it for yourself. But this woman here. Either way, now that we got that off of our chest, let me show you some of the buildings here in New York. It's kind of bright that way. Madison Avenue, buildings as far as you can see. It's pretty cool, but I just had to let everybody know that I do not have the hots for Diamond Art Lady. Oh, one more thing. Is there any way you could please just leave us alone? You could sit on live all day. Just quit making up lies. That's all.
What the fuck? Oh my god. It hurts. But my friend next door gave me some Motrin and my fever went down. The fever was what was actually like really, really hurting, like making things hard is the infection and the fever. The tooth's been hurting for years, but the abscess and the infection is what's really...
Stickers, y'all are wrong for that. She didn't put a heart. She put the autism acceptance puzzle, like she was autistic, and then made fun of me for being late diagnosed. She made fun of me for learning new words because I talked about like going from like being nonverbal to like having to really learn my words. She made fun of me for that. And I tutor others and help them like be able to do more than like push them past their limit. She's making fun of autistic people for learning words. She goes, ha ha ha, I just learned that word this week or something like that. Like it was funny to make fun of late diagnosed autistics for learning. You're gross. Gross and weird. Like that's just weird to judge somebody to that capacity. Like you stalked me for over 2 months, but to wear a wig, pretend to be autistic, and make fun of late diagnosed autistics, you need some help. It ain't me that needs the doctor. It's y'all judging others all damn day. I'm just standing up for us, and I will. I'll continue to spread awareness about ableism and abuse and hate crimes. It was Slot 7.0. I have her blocked, but I just did a duet of her in a wig making fun of me, and she's making fun of me for being late diagnosed. She's like, ha ha ha. Yeah, it's getting worse. Like she won't stop, and then she's using this for clout to make more videos about me. So now she's saying like, ha ha ha, she was in grad school and she can't get a job.
Yeah, I'm in burnout. That's why I went from grad school to homelessness, because I couldn't keep up anymore, even though I'm smart. Like, I couldn't figure it out, and I've said that, and they're making fun of me for it. And she's got to do it with Mama's Spot saying the same thing, like she just needs to get a job in burnout instead of even trying to understand autism or burnout. She just judges. And I've said I've struggled for 4 years.
Hey God, it's me, Tab. I need a new place to live. I'm only $987 short. I would never ask anybody. But if anybody wants to help, let me answer some questions in the chat. You want me to tell you the truth? I can't believe you just asked me to tell you the truth about... I'm having a sensory overload. I'm going to have to reset. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Bobby Joe over here wants to battle Bobby Joe. Hey, Bobby Joe. Yes, I went from master's degree to homelessness. I've been homeless for 587 years. Me and my dog live in Slab City, even though I slept in motel rooms and on Prince County. You want this, don't you, Daddy? Molly at Professor Diagnostic, late diagnosis, late. I don't even know what the fuck I'm trying to say. I could never do people that way. Never. Way to hell. Wait, that's a new word that I learned over the past 2 weeks. Let's do this. How do I do this? Oh, you want my cash out? It is I love scamming people 98. So I don't give a shit. It's my right to. We all have rights. And if you don't like it, I get it.
You know, or maybe they have the hots for you.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, this psycho lady that started all this was literally taking pictures and tagging me where she was at my ex-husband's yesterday, a few hours after this. I know, right? Like, what in the Jerry Springer is this?
I know. That's crazy.
A few hours after the thing was dropped off here, they made a post where they were at my ex-husband's, and this was outside of the office. I haven't seen him in 15 years. 15 years I haven't seen him. These psycho ladies online have become so obsessed with my life. They're going and posing at his business, like trying to upset me. But see, you're right. I feel like they're like in love with me, or they want to be me. So they're like living my life 20 years later. I don't know. It's sick, though. They're literally posing for pictures at my ex-husband. I said, keep my leftovers. I hadn't seen that guy in 15 years. It's hard today.
Huh?
It's hurting me pretty bad today. They keep calling me the R word, and they won't stop.
Girl, that's screwed up. Do you want to battle?
Over and over. How are you? You got the dogs there with you?
The grandbaby's asleep. I just put him to sleep.
Your dogs are funny.
Yeah. Well, I was like, how's everything been going? Have you been going to therapy and stuff there? Did you find a therapist right now? Area?
I got out of that one situation and they got me kicked out of the hotel. I don't even know where I'm at. Like, I'm just kind of stranded.
Yeah.
Like, I've got a bite on my back, like a spider bite that healed on my spine, and it's been making me real dizzy, and that's why it's kind of harder to handle stuff. But I'm working to get to G and save to get to
did you finally see a neurologist in the area, and a psychiatrist and all that stuff?
Because I went to counseling when you were here, all that up, but now I'm not in that area. So, but I did go to my first counseling appointment. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they haven't got
really good, and I had set it up where I was supposed to have a meeting with someone for medication if they thought I needed it, and then also for more counseling. But now I'm not in that area anymore. I don't even know how far that place is. And that guy that had cut the power off on me, he's the one who had taken me, so I don't even know where it was at or what it was called or anything like that. So I'm gonna have to start all over when I get to North Carolina. But
okay, so that way you can like get the neurologist.
Everything. I'll reapply for insurance and stuff like I had tried to do there. And the police were telling me in that area that it is good, it's easier to get. So hopefully I'll be able to start all over when I get there. It's just right now I can't do much. It's more just getting out of homelessness and getting set up.
Well, that way you can finally get that like official diagnosis.
I have an official diagnosis. I do have an official diagnosis. There's a lot of lies going around. I do have a diagnosis. I do.
I mean, I know you didn't when you were here.
Yeah, I was diagnosed. I don't have it like on a piece of paper to show you right now, but I do have a diagnosis 100%. I promise on everything I believe in. I have been diagnosed.
Yeah.
And so there's lies going around saying I haven't been diagnosed.
That's not true. I was diagnosed by my doctor, my psychiatrist, and went through the whole process. I just don't disclose my whole story because it's very personal.
I don't know. I know that I just remember, you had asked me about helping you with appointments and getting that set up.
I wanted like the stuff to actually. People were pushing towards Kitty and things.
I can't believe I just gave her a freaking chance and she just sat there and effing lied to everybody. But what a jerk. Tried to forgive her after everything she's done and give her a chance to do the right thing and say the right thing. And she's just gonna sit there and bold-face lie. Like, it's just sick. The lady who lured me in from Sarah, she told me she had a house for me to rent, and they like screwed me over. I paid the rent 2 months in advance, and then she just came up and tried to lie and say that I had told her I didn't have a diagnosis when we met because I was volunteering to help tutor her children for free because she told me they were autistic, and I think she was lying just to trap me like the whole time, and she just did it again.
It's just kind of important
I
that
will.
she just gets over to her people that I am diagnosed and that's it. Nobody needs to mention it again. Then I drop and she can even act like she just found out. If she just wants to say, I just need to let everyone know that she does have an actual diagnosis, or that this is what I've been informed of, and that she needs to not be bullied for her disability, or whatever she wants to word it as. She can even act like it's new info. I don't care. But I want it out there where people stop fucking coming for me with that under her and Sarah's word. And then I would be willing to drop everything, move on, and do anything I can to.
Hey guys, I have decided I am going to do a GoFundMe to try to take legal action against Boss Hog and whoever paid him to try to solicit those images and do revenge PORN to profit off me and exploit me and take advantage. They've taken it way too far, and what these gang stalkers have done, working together and having this guy send me messages, pretend like he was protecting me, pretend like he was coming to see me, cared about me, having him like act like he was coming, and then paying him to solicit images. And then they later use those images to keep making money and put them on websites so they could keep profiting. And I am sick to death of everything that's been done. It has put me in so many bad positions. I keep fighting. I have a job now. I'm working. And I'm going to work my way out of homelessness and do all that on my own. But I am making a GoFundMe if y'all want to help. I'm going to raise legal fees, and I am going to take him to court and find out who paid him the money to exploit me and hold them accountable, because this is disgusting and nobody should go through this. And groups of grown adults supporting people, exploiting people, making money off of them, doing this kind of thing, it's sick. So if you want to help me, check out my GoFundMe. Thanks, guys.